get away from here.
You hurry so, I can hardly attend you.
Then don't, daughter-in-law. Stay where you are. I can dispense with your polite attentions.
We're only paying what is due you, Mother. Why must you go away in such a hurry?
Because I cannot endure your carryings on any longer, and nobody takes the slightest pains to please me. I leave your house, I tell you, quite disgusted. You do the opposite of my instructions. You've no respect for anything. Each one must have his own say. It's perfect pandemonium if you're a servant wench, my girl, and much too full of gab and too free and impertinent with your opinions on all occasions.
What? These.
You, my boy, are a fool. F-O-O-L just spells your name. Come, let Grandma tell you what I've always told my poor son, your father, was that you never come to anything good or bring him anything but pain and torment. Oh, dearie me, his little sister. Well, you're all too nuanced. Butterly enough to your mouth by the looks of you. Still waters, though. You know the proverb. And I don't like your doings on the sly.
But Mother,
Daughter, by your leave, your conduct in everything is altogether wrong. You ought to set a good example for them. Their dearly departed mother did much better. You are extravagant, and it offends me to see you always decked out like a princess. A woman who would please her husband's eyes alone wants no such wealth of fineries.
Oh, but madam, after all,
Ah, sir, the lady's brother. I esteem you highly, love and respect you. But, sir, all the same, if I were in my son's place, I'd urgently entreat you not to come in our doors. You preach a way of living that decent people cannot tolerate. Oh, I'm rather frank with you, but that is my way. I don't mince matters when I meet a thing.
Your friend Tartuffe is very lucky, no doubt.
He is a holy man and should and must be heeded.
What?
I can't endure with any show of patience to hear a scatterbrains like yourself attack him.
What? Am I to let this petty critic come and usurp my father's power here? And should we never dare amuse ourselves until this petty critic deigns to consent?
if we must hark to him and heed his maxims, there's not a thing we do but what's a crime. He censures everything, this zealous carper.
Yes, and all he censures is well censured too. He wants to guide you all on the way to heaven. My son shall train you all to love him well.
No, madam, look you, nothing, not my father nor anything you make me tolerate it. I should belie my feelings not to say so. He rouses my anger at every turn, and I foresee that there will come of it an open rupture between the two of us.
Besides, 'tis downright scandalous to see this unknown upstart master of the house, this vagabond who hadn't, when he came, shoes to his feet nor clothing worth 6 farthings, and who so far forgets his place as now to censure everything and rule the roost.
Oh, mercy sakes alive, these things would go better if all were governed by his pious orders.
He passes for a saint in your opinion. In fact, he's nothing but a hypocrite.
Just listen to her tongue!
I wouldn't trust him nor yet his servant without bonds and surety.
I haven't any clue about the servant's character. But the master, I can guarantee, is a holy man. You hate him and reject him because he tells home truths to you all. Of course.
Yes. But why, especially of late, can he let nobody come near the house? Is heaven offended at a civil call that he should make so great a fuss about it? I'll tell you, if you like, just what I think. Upon my word, he's jealous of our mistress.
Now you hold your tongue and think what you are saying. He is not alone in censuring these visits. The turmoil that attends your sort of people, their carriages forever at the door, and all their nosy footmen flocked around to annoy the neighbors and raise a scandal. Now, I gladly think there's nothing really wrong with it, but it does create talk, and that is not as it should be.
But madam, can you help to keep folks' tongues from wagging? It would be a grievous thing if, for the fear of idle talk, we had to sacrifice our friends. No, even if we could bring ourselves to do it, think you that everyone would then be silenced? Against backbiting there's no defense, so let us try to live in innocence. The silly tattle pay no heed at all, and leave the gossips to vent their gall.
Our neighbor Daphne and her little husband must be the ones who slander us, I'm thinking. Those whose own conduct's most ridiculous are always quickest to speak ill of others. They never fail to seize at once upon the slightest hint of any love affair and spread the news of it with glee, and give it the character they'd have the world believe in. By others' actions, painted in their colors, they hope to justify their own. They think, in the false hope of some resemblance, either to make their own intrigue seem innocent, or else to justify their own, to make the neighbors share the blame with which they are loaded with by everybody.
These arguments are nothing to the purpose. Orante, we all know, lives a perfect life. Her thoughts are all of heaven. And I've heard that she condemns the company that you keep.
Admirable pattern, virtuous dame. She lives the model of austerity, but age has brought this piety upon her, and she's a prude now she can't help herself. As long as she could capture men's attentions, she made the most of her advantages. But now she sees her beauty vanishing, she wants to leave the world that's leaving her. And in the specious veil of haughty virtue, she hide the weakness of her worn-out charms. That is the way with all your old coquettes. They find it hard to see their lovers leave them, and thus abandoned, their forlorn estate can find no occupation but a prude's. These pious dames, in their austerity, must carp at everything and pardon nothing. They loudly blame their neighbor's way of living, not for religion's sake, but out of envy, because they can't endure to see another enjoy the pleasures age has weaned from them.
There! That's the kind of rigmarole for you, daughter. No one ever has a chance to get a word in edgewise in your house, because this lady holds the floor all day. But nonetheless, I need to have my way. And I tell you, there's nothing wiser my son has ever done in his entire life than bring this godly man into your household. Heaven sent him here in your great need. He wants you all to repent, and for your salvation you must hearken to him. He censures nothing but what deserves his censure. These visits, these assemblies, and these balls are all invitations for the evil spirits. You never hear a word of godliness at any of them, just idle cackle, nonsense, flim-flam. Our neighbor often comes in for a share. Talk flies fast and then scandals fill the air. It makes a sober person's head go round at these assemblies, just to hear the sound of so much gab, with not a word to say. And as a learned man once remarked one day, most aptly, 'tis in the Tower of Babylon, where all, beyond all limits, Babylon. And just to tell you how, so the gentleman must snicker, must you? Go, find fools like yourselves to make you laugh, and don't! Daughter, goodbye. Not one word more. And as for this house, I shall have quite unsettled. And I shan't step foot within it again. Come, you. What makes you dream standing king? Hussy. I'll warm your ears in proper shape. March, Trot, march!
for fear she might fall foul with me again. The good old lady.
Bless us. What a pity she shouldn't hear the way you speak of her. She'd surely tell you you're too good by half and that she's not so old as all that neither.
How she got angry with us, all for nothing, and how she seems possessed with her Tartuffe.
Her case is nothing, though, besides her son's. To see him, you'd say he's 10 times worse. Certainly, his conduct in service of his king has won him much esteem and proved his courage. But now, he's like a man besotted since he's been taken with this Tartuffe. He calls him brother, loves him 100 times as much as mother, son, daughter, and wife. He tells him all his secrets, lets him guide his acts and rule his conscience. He fondles and embraces him. A sweetheart could not, I think, be loved more tenderly. At table, he must have the seat of honor, while with delight our master sees him eat as much as 6 men could. We must give up the choicest tidbits to him. If he belches, master exclaims, "Oh, God bless you." Oh, he dotes upon him. He's his universe, his hero. He's lost in constant admiration, quotes him on all occasions, takes his trifling acts for wonders and his words for oracles. The fellow knows his due, too, and makes the most of it. He fools him with 100 masks of virtue, get money from him all the time by canting, and even takes it upon himself to instruct us. Even his silly coxcomb of a lackey makes it her business to carp at us. She comes with rolling eyes to preach at us and throws away our ribbons, rouge, and patches. The wretch, the other day, tore up a handkerchief she had found, pressed in the golden legend, calling it a horrid crime for us to mingle the devil's fineries with holy things.
You're very lucky to have missed the speech she gave us at the door. Oh, I see my husband is home again. He hasn't seen me yet, so I'll go up and wait till he comes in.
And I, to save time, will await him here. I'll merely say good morning and be gone.
I wish you'd say a word to him about my sister's marriage. I suspect Tartuffe opposes it and puts my father up to these wretched shifts. You know, besides, how nearly I am concerned in these matters myself. If both should unite Moliere and my sister, then I love his sister too. And if this
Now
marriage...
he's coming.
Ah! Good morning, brother.
Ah, I was just going, but I'm glad to greet you. Things are not far advanced yet in the country.
Oh, just a minute. Let me allay my first anxiety by asking news of the family. How did everything go with these past few days? What's happening and how is everybody?
Well, Madame had a splitting headache and a fever day before yesterday, all day and evening.
And Tartuffe?
Tartuffe, he's well. He's mighty well.
Ah,
Stout, fat, fair, rosy-lipped.
poor man.
At supper, she had nausea and couldn't touch a single thing for dinner. Her headache still was so severe.
And Tartuffe?
He supped alone before her and unctuously ate up 2 partridges and half a leg of mutton.
Poor man.
All night, she couldn't catch a wink of sleep. The fever racked her so. We had to sit up with her until daylight.
And Tartuffe?
Gently inclined to slumber, he left the table, went into his room, got himself straight into a good warm bed, and slept quite undisturbed until next morning.
Poor man.
At last, she got up courage and let us persuade her to be bled, and then she was relieved at once.
Ah, and Tartuffe?
He plucked up courage properly, bravely entrenched his soul against all evils,
Oh.
and to replace the blood that she had lost, he drank at breakfast 4 huge draughts of wine.
Poor man!
So now both are doing well, and I will go straight away and inform my mistress how pleased you are at her recovery.
Brother, she ridicules you to your face, and I, though I don't want to make you angry, must tell you candidly that she's quite right. Was such infatuation ever heard of? And can a man today have such charms to make him forget all else, relieve his poverty, give him a home, and then...
Stop right there, good brother. You do not know the man of whom you speak.
Since you will have it so, I do not know him. But after all, to tell you the sort of man he is...
Ah, you'd be charmed to know him. Your raptures over him would have no end. He's a man who... whoever follows his will knows perfect peace and counts the whole world else as so much dung. Oh, he censures everything. For my sake, he even takes a great interest in my wife and lets me know who ogles her and is 6 times as jealous as I am myself. Oh, he is... his converse had transformed me quite. It weaned me from every friendship I have on earth, and he teaches me to have no love for anything here on earth. So I could see my son, my wife, my mother all die and I wouldn't care a snap.
Your feelings are humane, I must say, brother.
Well, you wouldn't love him as much as I did had you met him when I did. Oh, he came to church every day. And he knelt down and humbled me right across from my place. Oh, and drew the eyes of all the congregation. To watch the fervor of his prayers while he was there with so much ejaculations and deep-drawn sighs. Everybody watched him. His censuring is so severe, the zeal of his prayers. Why, when I got up to leave the church, he ran ahead of me and gave me holy water at the door. So I learned who he was and of his poverty from his servant, who is like him. And when I gave him gifts, he always wanted to return a part, saying, "Oh, 'tis too much," or "I do not deserve your pity." And when I refused to take it back, he went before my eyes and gave it to the poor. Oh, and he tortures himself for mere nothing. Why, the other day I heard him having said while he was in prayer, in too much anger, that he was a sinner because he caught and killed a flea.
Zound, brother, you are mad, or else you're making sport of me with such a speech. What are you driving at with all this nonsense?
Brother, your speech reeks of atheism, and I fear that it's tainted your soul therewith. I've told you 100 times that you'll draw down something from heaven on your head.
That is the usual strain of all your kind. They must have everyone as blind as they. They call you atheists if you have good eyes, and if you don't adore their vain grimaces, you neither faith or care for sacred things. You know, such talk can't frighten me. I know what I'm saying. Heaven sees my heart. We're not the dupes of all your canting mummers. There are false heroes and false devotees. Just as true heroes never are the ones who make much noise about their deeds of honor. Just so, true devotees, whom we should follow, are not the ones who make such vain show. What, will you find no difference between hypocrisy and true devoutness? Will you treat them both alike, pay the self-same honor, both masks and faces, set artifice beside sincerity, confuse semblance with reality, esteem a phantom like a living person, and counterfeit as good as honest coin? Men, for the most part, are strange creatures, truly. You never find them keeping the golden mean. The limits of good sense too narrow for them must always be passed by in each direction. They often spoil the noblest things because they go too far, push them to extremes. I merely say this by the way, Father.
You are the sole expounder of this doctrine, good brother. Wisdom shall die with you, no doubt. You are the sole enlightened, the only wise. All men compared to you are downright fools.
I am not the sole expounder of the doctrine, and wisdom shall not die with me, good brother. But this I know, though it be all my knowledge, that there's a difference betwixt false and true, and is I find no kind of here more to be admired than men of true religion, nothing more noble and more beautiful than the holy zeal of true devoutness. Just so, I think there's none more odious than the whited sepulchres of outward unction, those barefaced charlatans, those hireling zealots, whose sacrilegious, treacherous pretense deceives at will, and with impunity makes mockery of all that men hold sacred. Men who, enslaved to selfish interests, make trade and merchandise of godliness, and try to purchase influence and office with false eye-rollings and affected raptures. To those men, I say, who with uncommon zeal seek their own fortunes on the road to heaven, who, skilled in prayer, have always much to ask, and live at court to preach retirement, who reconcile religion with their vices, are quick to anger, vengeful, faithless, tricky, and, to destroy a man, will have the boldness to call their private grudge the cause of heaven. All the more dangerous because in their anger they use against us weapons men revere. They make the world applaud their passion, and seek to stab us with the sacred sword. There are too many of the scanting kind. Still, the sincere are easy to distinguish. Many splendid patterns may be found in our own time before our very eyes. Yet there are no braggadocious of virtue. They do not make insufferable display. Their religion is human, tractable. They're not always judging all our actions, for they think such judgment savor presumption, and leaving the pride of words to other men. Just by their deeds alone they censure ours. Evil appearances find little credit with them. They even incline to think the best of others. No cavaliers, no intriguers. They mind the business of their own right living. They don't attack sinners tooth and nail, for sin's the only object of their hatred. Nor are they overzealous to attempt far more in heaven's behalf than heaven would have them. That is my kind of man. That is true living. That is the example we should set ourselves. Your fellow was not fashioned on this model. If you're quite sincere in boasting of his zeal, but you're deceived, I think, by false pretenses.
My dear good brother-in-law, have you quite finished?
Yes.
Well, I am your humble servant.
Just a word. We'll drop the other subject, but you know Valerius had the promise of your daughter.
Yes,
And you had named the happy day.
'tis true.
Then why put up a celebration of it?
I cannot say.
Can you have some other plan in mind?
Perhaps.
You mean to break your word?
I don't say that.
I hope no obstacle can keep you from performing what you've promised.
That all depends.
Why must you beat about? Valerius sent me here to settle matters.
Oh, heaven be praised.
What answer shall I take him?
Well, whatever answer you please.
Look, we must know your plans. What are they?
I shall do the will of heaven.
Come, be serious. You've given your promise to Valere. Now, will you keep it?
Goodbye.
Methinks his love has much to fear, so I must go and let him know what's happening here.
Oh, Marianne.
Yes, Father.
Come here, I have a secret to tell you.
Yes. What are you looking for?
To make sure there's no one here to spy upon us. We're all right now. Come. Now, daughter, I have found you to be a daughter who is beautiful and gentle. Therefore, I've always loved you dearly.
I am grateful for your fatherly affection.
Well, you deserve it by doing as I wish in all respects.
To do so is the height of my ambition.
Oh, excellent answer, daughter. So what say you of Tartuffe?
Oh, who I?
Yes, you. Now, look to it how you answer.
Why, I will say anything that you please.
Excellent answer, daughter. Say then that his person is filled with noble merit, that you have fallen for him, and that you would have him, by my choice, be your husband. How say you?
Please, what did you say?
How now?
Surely I mistook you, sir.
Wait, no.
Who is it you would have me say has won my heart and would like to have become my husband by your choice?
Tartuffe?
Father, I protest, is it true? Why would you make me tell you?
Because I mean to have it be the truth. That's settled. Let that suffice.
Father, you would...
I mean to graft Tartuffe into my family, so he must be your husband. And let that suffice. And it is your duty. What are you doing here? Your curiosity is keen, my girl, to come spying upon us like this.
Upon my word, I don't know how the rumor got started, if it was guesswork or mere chance, but I had heard already of this match and treated it as utter stuff and nonsense.
Is this thing so incredible?
So much so, I don't believe it even from yourself, sir.
I know how to make you credit it.
No, you're telling us a fairy tale.
I'm telling you just what will happen shortly. What I say is in good earnest.
There, don't listen to your
But
brother. He's fooling.
I mean to tell you that
No use, they won't believe you.
Ugh. If I let my anger...
Well, then we do believe you. And the worst for you it is, what? Can a grown-up man with that expansive beard across his face be mad enough to want for his own daughter to marry such a creature?
You have become too familiarity of late in this house here, and I don't like it. I tell you frankly, girl.
There. Let's not get angry, sir. I beg you. But, are you making game of everybody? Your daughter's not cut out for bigots' meat, and he has more important things to think of. Besides, what can you gain from such a match? How can a man of wealth like you go and choose a wretched vagabond for son-in-law?
Hold your tongue. Now know the less he has, the more cause we have to honor him. His poverty, his honest poverty, he's let himself be robbed of all through careless disregard of temporal things, and has fixed attachment to the things eternal. My help may set him on his feet again, and win back his property, a fair estate, I'm told he has at home, and prove him for what he is, a true born gentleman.
Yes, so he says himself. Such vanity but ill accords with pious living, sir. The man who cares for holiness alone should not so loudly boast his name and birth. The humble ways of genuine devoutness brook not so much display of earthly pride. Why should he be so vain? But, I offend you, let's leave his rank then. Take the man himself. Can you, without compunction, give a man like him possession of a girl like her? Think what a scandal's sure to come of it. Virtue is at the mercy of the fates when a girl's married to a man she hates, and the best intent to live an honest woman is dependent upon the husband's being human, and men whose brows are pointed at afar may thank themselves their wives are what they are. For to be true is more than woman can, with husbands built upon a certain plan, and he who weds his child against her will owes heaven account for it if she do ill. Think then what perils wait on your design.
So I must learn what from her, you see?
You might do worse than follow my advice.
Oh, now daughter, let's not waste time upon this nonsense. I know what's good for you. I am your father. True, I had promised you to young Moliere, but I've been informed that he's inclined to gamble. And I haven't noticed that he's regular at church. Now,
You'd have him run there just when you do, like those who go on purpose to be seen.
I do not ask your opinion on the matter. In short, the other is in God's best graces, which is richness beyond compare. This match will bring you every joy you wish for. You'll live together in your faithful loves, like two sweet children, like two little doves. You'll never argue, scold, or tease. And you may do with him whatever you please.
With him? Do not but give him horns for it.
Out on me, wench!
I tell you, he's cut out for it. No matter how great your daughter's virtue, sir, his destiny is sure to prove the stronger.
Stop with this interrupting and hold your tongue. don't put your nose into other people's business.
If I make bold, sir, 'tis for your own good.
You're too officious, pray. You hold your tongue.
'Tis love of you,
I
sir.
want none of your love.
But I will still love you despite.
Really? Well,
Yes, your honor's dear to me. I can't endure to see you made the butt of all men's ridicule.
no. Hold your tongue. Be still.
It would be a sin to let you make this match.
Be still, I say, you impudent viper.
What? You are pious and you lose your temper.
Oh yes, you've frustrated me with your confounded nonsense.
Then mom's the word. I will take it out in thinking.
Well, think all you please, but not a syllable of it to me, or you understand. As a wise father, I've considered all with due diligence.
I'll go mad if I can't speak.
No, although he is no lady's man, Tartuffe is well enough
Oh, pretty face.
And although you may not care for his best quality,
A handsome dowry. Were I in the place, any man should rue it who married me by force, that's mighty certain.
so nothing I say carries any weight.
Hey, what's wrong now? I wasn't speaking to you.
Oh, what were you doing?
Talking to myself.
Ah, I see, Oh, her impudence deserves one slap across the face. Now, daughter, you must approve my design and, and think of Tartuffe, this man, the husband I've chosen for, Why don't you say something?
Nothing to say.
Oh, one little word more.
No thanks, not now.
Oh, sure, I've got you.
Faith, I'm no such fool.
Now, daughter, obedience is the word. You must accept this husband I've chosen for you with reverence.
You'd never catch me marrying such a creature.
That pestilent hussy has me all wrought up. Well, I can live no longer in this house without sin. I can't think. I can't discuss things in the state I'm in. I am so frustrated with her insolent talk that to calm myself, I must go and take a walk.
The tongue from out your head, and must I speak your role from beginning to end? You let him broach a project that's absurd, and don't oppose it with a single word.
But what can I do? My father is the master.
Do everything to ward off such a disaster.
But what?
Tell him one doesn't love by proxy. Tell him you'll marry for yourself, not he, since you are the one for whom the thing is done. You are the one, not he, the man must please. Why, if his Tartuffe has charmed him so, then just let him marry him himself. No one will hinder.
Father's rights are such, it seems to me, that I may never dare say a word.
Come, talk it out. Valere has asked your hand. Now, do you love him, pray, or do you not?
Doreen, how can you wrong my love so greatly and ask such a question? I have laid my heart bare to you 100 times. Do you know how ardently I love him?
How do I know if heart and words agree, and if in honest truth you really love him?
Doreen, you wrong me greatly if you doubt it. I have expressed my inmost feelings all too plainly.
So then, you love him?
Yes, devotedly.
And he returns your love, apparently.
I think so.
And you both alike are eager to be well married to each other.
Surely.
Then what's your plan about this other match?
To kill myself? If it is forced upon me.
Good! That's a remedy I hadn't thought of. Just die and everything will be all right. This medicine is marvelous indeed. It drives me mad to hear folk talk such...
Oh, Doreen, you get in such a temper. You have no sympathy for others' trouble.
I have no sympathy when folk talk nonsense and flatten out as you do at a pinch.
What can you expect if one is timid?
But what is love worth if it has no courage?
Am I not constant in my love for him? Is it not his place to win me, pray?
Tartuffe and breaks his bound word? Is that your lover's fault?
Shall I publicly deny and scorn the match? Shall I cast off for him, whatever he may be, womanly modesty and filial and duty? You want me to display my love in public? No.
No. I ask you nothing. You shall be Mr. Tartuffe's. What? Now I think of it, I should be wrong to turn you from this marriage. What cause can I have to oppose your wishes? So fine a match. An excellent good match. Mr. Tartuffe. Oh! No meet proposal. Mr. Tartuffe, sure, taken all in all, is not a man to sneeze at. Oh, my lord. No, 'tis no small luck to be his happy spouse. The whole world joins to sing in his praise already. He's noble in his parish. Handsome, too. Red ears and high complexion. Oh, my lord, you'll be too happy, sure, with him for husband. Oh, dear. What joy and pride will fill your heart to be the happy bride of such a handsome fellow.
Oh, I beg you, I quite give in. I'm ready to do whatever you say.
No, no! A daughter must obey her father, although he should want to make her wed a monkey. Besides, your fate is fine. What could be better? You'll take the stagecoach to his little village and find it full of uncles and cousins whose conversation will delight you. Then you'll go by way of call to their best society, by way of Mrs. Tax Collector, Mrs. Bailiff, who'll patronize you with a folding stool. There, at Carnival, once a year, you'll have perhaps a ball with an orchestra, 2 bagpipes, and sometimes a trained ape, and Punch and Judy all...
Oh, you'll tell me, please, try to help me with your advice.
I thank you kindly.
Doreen.
No, to serve you right, this marriage must go through.
Dear girl.
No.
If I say I love the lady.
No, Tartuffe's your man, and you shall taste him.
You know I've always trusted you. Now help me.
No. You shall be my faith, Tartuffified.
Well, since you've no pity for my fate, I shall take counsel only in despair. It will aid me, encourage me, and assist me. There is one sure cure I know for all my troubles.
There, come back. I can't stay angry long. I must take pity on you after all.
Lee, don't you see, if I am to bear this martyrdom, I surely shall die.
Don't you fret. We will surely find some way to hinder this. But here's Valere, your lover.
Adam, a piece of news quite new to me has just come out, and very fine it is.
What piece of news?
Your marriage with Tartuffe.
'Tis true, my father had this plan in mind.
What? Your father, madam?
Yes, but he has changed his plans and did but now propose it to me.
What? Seriously?
Yes, he was serious and openly insisted on the match.
And what's your resolution in the matter, madam?
I don't know.
That's a pretty answer. You don't know!
No.
No?
What do you advise?
My advice is marry him, by all means.
That's your advice?
Yes.
And do you mean?
Yes, surely a splendid choice and worthy of your acceptance.
Very well, sir. I shall take your counsel then.
You'll find no trouble taking it, I warrant.
No more than you did giving it, I'm sure.
I gave it truly to oblige you, madam.
And I shall take it to oblige you, sir. See what this affair will come to.
So that is your love, and it was all deceit.
Oh, I beg you, say no more of that. You told me squarely I shall accept the husband that is offered.
Oh.
So I shall tell you squarely that I need to do so, since you have given me this good advice.
Don't shield yourself with talk of my advice. You had your mind made up, that's evident, and now you're snatching at a trifling pretext to justify the breaking of your word.
Exactly so.
Of course it is. Your heart has never known true love for me.
Alas! You were free to think so if if you please.
Yes, I'm free to think so. And my outraged love may yet forestall you in your perfidy, and offer elsewhere both my heart and hand.
No doubt of it. The love your high deserts make.
Good Lord, have done with my deserts. I know I have but few, and you have proved it. But I may find more kindness in another. I know of someone who will not be ashamed to take your leavings and make up my loss.
The loss is not so great. You'll easily console yourself completely upon this change.
I'll try my best, that you may well believe. When we're forgotten by a woman's heart, our pride is challenged. We too must forget, or if we cannot, must at least pretend to. Not a way can man such baseness prove as be a lover's court, still in love.
In faith. A high and noble sentiment.
Yes, and it's one that all men must approve. What? Would you have me keep my love alive and see you fly into another's arms before my very eyes and never offer to someone else the heart that you have scorned?
No. For my part, I wish it were done already.
What? You wish it?
Yes.
Well, this is insult heaped on injury. I'll go at once and do what you desire.
Very well then.
But remember this. 'Twas you that drove me to this desperate pass. And in the plan that I have formed, I only follow your example.
Yes.
Enough! You shall be punctually obeyed.
So much the better.
This is once and for all. Huh? What? You didn't call me?
You are dreaming.
Very well. I'm gone. Madam, farewell!
Farewell, sir! I must say, you've lost your senses and both gone clean deaf! I've let you fight it out to the end of the chapter to see how far the thing could go. Oh, there, Miss Blair.
What do you want, Doreen?
To set you... Come here.
No, I'm quite beside myself. Don't hinder me from doing as she wishes.
Oh, stop.
No, I'm fixed, resolved, determined.
So, since my love pains him, makes him go, I better go myself and leave him free!
No, not the other. Where are you going?
Doreen, let me go!
Come here.
No, it isn't any use!
It's clear the sight of me is torture to her. No doubt it were better I should free her from it.
Same thing again. You should both, I say, come here. Stop your fooling, you and you.
What's this about?
What do you mean? Set you to rights and pull you from the scrape. Are you quite mad to quarrel with her now?
Didn't you hear the thing she said to me?
Are you quite mad to get in such a passion?
Didn't you see the way he treated me?
You both are fools. She longs for nothing but just to keep faith with you. I vouch for it. And he loves none but you and longs for nothing but just to marry you. I stake my life on it.
Why did you give me such advice then, Greg?
Why ask for my advice on such a matter?
You both are dead. Come, here, your hands.
What for?
Now yours. What's the use? Here, quickly now, there. You both love each other better than you think.
Come now. Don't be so ungracious now about it. Look at a man as if you didn't hate him.
Oh, my faith in troth, what fools these lovers be.
But come now, have I not a just complaint? And truly, are you not a wicked creature to take delight in saying what would pain me?
Are you yourself not the most ungrateful?
And are you?
Leave this discussion until another time! Let's speak now on how you'll stave off this troublesome marriage.
Tell us how to go about it then.
Well, we'll try all sorts of ways. Your father's daft. This plan is nonsense. You'd better humor his notions by some semblance of consent so that in case of danger you may still block the marriage by some means of delay. If we gain time, the rest is easy, trust me. One day, you'll fool them with a sudden illness causing delay. Another day, ill omens. You've met a funeral, or broke a mirror, or dreamt of muddy water. Best of all, they cannot marry you to anyone without your saying yes. But methinks they mustn't see you together here chattering now, so you must go at once and set your friends at work to make sure he keeps his word to you, while we go about bringing the brother's influence to bear and getting the stepmother on our side too. Goodbye.
Whatever efforts we may make, my greatest hope we sure must rest on you.
I cannot answer for my father's whims, but no man save the laird shall ever have me.
You thrill me through with joy. Whatever comes.
These lovers never through with prattling. Now be off.
Oh, one last word.
A gamble and a fuss. Now go. Be off by this door, you, and you by the other.
Lightning strike me down this instant. May I be everywhere, proclaimed a scoundrel, if any reverence or power shall hinder me from doing straightway something.
I beg you, moderate this towering passion. Your father did but merely mention it. Not all things that are talked of turn to facts. The road is long sometimes from plans to acts.
No, I must put it into this paltry fellow's plot, and he shall hear from me.
Go slow now. Leave this fellow, your father too, in your stepmother's hands. She has some influence with this Tartuffe. He makes a point of heeding all she says, and I suspect that he is fond of her.
Would God torture, 'twould be the height of humor.
She has sent for him on your behalf to sound him on this marriage, to see what his ideas are, and to tell him plainly what troubles he may cause if he continues to give countenance to this design. His servant says he's currently at prayers and that I mustn't see him, but that I may wait for him here and that he shall presently be down.
And I shall wait for him here also.
No, they must be left alone.
I won't so much as speak a word.
No, be off. We know you and your high tantrums, just the way to spoil things. Now go.
Tantrums? I have none. I'll keep my peace.
He's coming. Hide.
Lord, put up my haircloth, shirt, and scourge, and pray that heaven may shed its light upon me. When you come to see me, say I've called to share my alms with my Christmas.
What affectation and what showing off?
What do you want with me?
To tell you plainly, sir.
Before you speak, pray take this handkerchief.
What?
Cover up that bosom, which I can't endure to look at. Things like that offend our souls and fill our minds with sinful thoughts.
Are you so tender to temptation? And has the flesh such power over your senses? I don't know how you get in such a heat. I, for my part, I am not so prone to lust. I could see you stripped from head to foot, and all your hide not tempt me in the least.
Show in your speech some little modesty, or I must instantly take leave of you.
No, I'll be gone presently. I've only one thing to say. Madame shall be down presently and begs the favor of a word with you.
Willingly.
How gentle all at once. My faith, I still believe I've hit upon it.
Will she come soon?
Yes, I think I hear her now. Yes, here she is. I'll leave you with her.
May heaven's overflowing kindness ever give you good health both of body and soul, and bless your days according to the wishes and prayers of its most humble votary.
I'm very grateful for your pious wishes, but let's sit down so we may talk at ease.
And how are you recovered from your illness?
Oh, quite well. The fever soon let go its hold.
My prayers, I fear, have not sufficient merit to draw down this favor from on high, but each entreaty that I made had for its object your recovery.
You are too solicitous on my behalf.
We could not cherish your dear health too much. I'd have given mine to help restore it.
That's pushing Christian charity too far. I owe you many thanks for so much kindness.
I do far less for you than you deserve.
There is a matter that I wish to speak to you of in private. I am glad there's no one here to listen.
Madam, I joy. Tis sweet to find myself alone with you. This is an opportunity I've asked of heaven many a time till now in vain.
All that I wish is just a word with you, quite frank and open, hiding nothing from me.
I too could wish, as heaven's especial favor, to lay my soul quite open to your eyes and sweat that the trouble that I made about those visits which your charms attract do not result from any hatred towards you, but rather from a passionate devotion and purest motive.
That is how I took it. I think 'tis my salvation that concerns you.
Madam, 'tis so, and such is my devotion.
Ouch! You squeezed too hard.
Excess of zeal. In no way did I ever mean to hurt you. I'd assume.
What's your hand doing there?
Figuring it out. Stuff is very soft.
Let me be, I beg you. I am very ticklish.
Dear me, how wonderful the workmanship this lace is. They do marvels nowadays. Things of all kinds were never meant to make.
Yes, haha, very true. But let us come to business. They say my husband means to break his word and marry Mary Ann to you. Is it so?
He did hint some such thing. But truly, madam, that's not the happiness I'm yearning at. I see elsewhere the sweet, compelling charms of such a joy as fills my every wish.
You mean you cannot love terrestrial things?
The heart within my bosom is not stone.
I well believe your sighs all tend to heaven, and nothing here below can stay your thoughts.
Love for the beauty of eternal things cannot destroy our love for earthly beauty. Our mortal senses may well be entranced by perfect works heaven has fashioned here. Its charms reflected shine in such as you, and in you its rarest miracles. It has displayed such marvels in your face that eyes are dazed and hearts are rapt away. I cannot look on you, the perfect creature, without admiring nature's greatest creator, feeling all my heart inflamed with love for you, his fairest image of himself. At first, I trembled lest this secret love may be the evil spirit's artful snare. I even schooled myself to flee your beauty, thinking it a bar to my salvation. But soon, enlightened, oh, all lovely, I saw how, and this my love may be made blameless, how I might make it fit with modesty and thus completely yield my heart to it. As I must own a great presumption to dare make you the offer of my heart. My love hopes all things from your perfect goodness, and nothing from my own poor, weak endeavor. You are my hope, my stay, my peace of heart. On you depends my torment or my bliss. And by your doom of judgment, I shall be blessed, if you will, or damned by your decree.
Some women might do otherwise, perhaps, but I believe your speech was very gallantly put, if not a bit surprising. You should have taken thought on such a matter, though, and better guarded your heart against such trials. A pious man like yourself, known everywhere.
Though pious, I am nonetheless a man. And when a man beholds your heavenly charms, the heart surrenders and can think no more. I know these words may seem strange coming from me, but madam, I'm no angel after all. To condemn my frankly made vow, you have only your charming self to blame. Soon as I saw your more than human beauty, you were thenceforth the sovereign of my soul. Sweetness ineffable was in your eyes that took by storm my still resisting heart, and conquered everything. Fast, prayers, and tears, and turned my worship wholly to yourself. If you would but look down with gracious favor upon your worthless slave, if you would but give me comfort and condescend unto my nothingness, I'll ever repay you, oh sweet miracle, an unexampled worship and devotion. Then too, with me, your honor runs no risk. Me you need not fear public scandal. These court gallants women are so fond of and boastful of their acts, and vain in speech, always bragging in public of their progress. Soon as a favor's granted, they'll divulge it. Their tattling tongues, if you but trusted it, will foul the altar where their hearts have worshipped. But men like me are so discreet in love that you may trust their lasting secrecy. The care we take to guard our own good names may fully guarantee the one we love, so that you may find, with hearts like ours sincere, love without scandal, leisure without fear.
I've heard you through. Your speech is clear, at least. But don't you fear that I may take a fancy to tell my husband of your gallant passion, and that a prompt report of this affair may somewhat change the friendship which he bears you?
I know that you are too good and generous. that you will pardon my temerity, excuse upon the score of human frailty this violence of passion which bends you, and not forget, when you consult your mirror, that I'm not blind, and man is made of flesh.
Some might do otherwise, perhaps, but I am willing to deploy discretion and not repeat the matter to my husband. In return, I'll ask one thing of you, that you urge forward, frankly and sincerely, the marriage of Moliere to Marianne, that you give up the unjust influence by which you hope to win another's right, and...
No! No! No, I say no. This thing must be made public. I was there, and I overheard it all. Heaven must have placed me there on purpose, by the way, to confound this scoundrel's pride and grant me the single means of taking a vengeance on his hypocrisy and arrogance, and undeceive my father, and most importantly, madam, show up this rascal caught making love to you.
No, it is enough if he repents, endeavoring to deserve the favor shown him. And since I've promised, do not you belie me. It's not my way to make a public scandal. An honest wife should scorn to heed such follies and never fret her husband's ears with them.
You've your reasons for acting thus, I suppose, and I have mine for acting otherwise. To spare him now would be a mockery. For too long, this bigot's pride has triumphed over my righteous anger. For too long, he has caused unrest in our family and upset my sister's love. And mine as well. No. The villain must be unmasked before him. And heavens has granted me the means to do it. To Providence I owe this opportunity, and if I don't use it, holy man, that it is within my power. Shouldn't I deserve to lose it once and for all?
Demi!
No. By your leave, I'll not be bargained with. I'm overjoyed. You needn't tell me to give up the pleasure of revenge. I'm going to put an end to this matter at once.
Tommy!
Father, we used to welcome your arrival. That's altogether novel and exciting. You're well paid for your caressing care, and this fine gentleman rewards you most handsomely. With a zeal that seeks no less than your dishonor, as has now been proven. I've just caught him making to your wife an offer of an intimate affair. She, being somewhat overly kind and discreet, would have the matter be concealed. But I'll not condone such shamelessness, nor go so far wrong, Father, as to keep a thing from you.
Yes, I believe a wife should never trouble her husband's peace of mind with such vain gossip. A woman's honor does not hang on the telling. It is enough if she defend herself, or so I think. Demi, you'd not have spoken if you would but have heeded my advice.
Just heaven! Can what I hear be credited?
Yes, brother. I am guilty. I am wicked. A miserable sinner. Steeped in evil. Greatest criminal that ever lived. Each moment of my life is stained and soiled. All is but a mass of crime. Heaven for my punishment. I see it plainly. Would mortify me now. Never crimes they charge me with. I'll not deny against it, but guard against the pride of self-defense. Believe their stories. Arm your wrath against me, then drive me like a villain from your house. I cannot have so great a share of shame, but what I deserve the greatest still.
Miscreant! Can you with such a falsehood try to stain the virtue of his whiteness?
What? The feigned meekness of this hypocrite.
Oh, silence!
Ah, cursed plague! Let him speak. You tried him wrongfully. You do far better to believe his tales. Why favor me in such a matter? How can you know what I'm capable? Should you judge my outward semblance, brother, and judge therefrom that I'm the better man? No. You let appearance deceive me. I am anything but what I'm thought to be. Though all men believe me godly, the simple truth is, I'm a worthless creature.
No.
Go on, dear son. Say on. Call me traitor. Abandoned scoundrel. Thief and murderer. Keep on me names yet more detestable. And I shall not gainsay you. I deserve them. Oh. I'll bear this ignominy on my knees. Oh. Expiate in shame the crimes I've done.
Oh, brother, 'tis too much. You will not relent.
What? It's so
silence!
Ken!
Ah, silence, brother. I beg you, rise. Infamous villain.
Ken, he...
Oh, be still.
What?
Be still, I say. I know your reasons for this attack. You hate him, all of you. Wife, brother, sister, kindred. You all let loose upon this poor man. Oh, I know your reasons for this attack. You have every recourse to this tricks to rid yourselves of him. The more you try to rid yourselves of him, the more I'll try to make him stay with me. Oh, just to confound the pride of all of you. Aha. Get out. Here.
No. This man apologizes to this family.
I will have you know that I'm the master and that I must be obeyed. Now, down upon your knees, scoundrel, and take back what you said.
Who? I?
Yes.
I?
Do you resist?
I apologize to this scoundrel. No.
A cudgel. Here, a cudgel. No! Don't restrain me! Off with you. Out of this house this instant. You don't dare to set a foot in it again.
Yes. Fine. Yes. I will leave this house first.
Now quickly. Quickly, too. And make no fuss about it. I disinherit you, and I give you to my curse into the bargain. What? So insult a stately man of God?
Heaven forgive him, even as I forgive him. If you could but know with what distress I see them try to vilify me to my brother. The mere thought of such ingratitude makes my soul suffer torture bitterly. Oh, my horror! My chest is so full I cannot speak. I think I'll die.
Oh! Ah, you scoundrel! I wish I'd never let you leave, but I'd slain you here on the spot with my own hand. Oh, brother, compose yourself. Don't be angry.
Nay, brother. Let us end these painful quarrels. I see what troubled times I bring upon you, and think 'tis needful that I leave this house.
You can't mean it.
Yes, they hate me here, and try, I find, to make you doubt my faith.
Wait a minute. You find I listen to them?
No doubt, they won't stop there. These same reports you now reject may one day win a hearing.
No, never.
Ah, my friend, how easily a woman may mislead her husband's mind.
No.
So let me go and thus remove all cause for such.
No! You must stay with me. My life depends upon it.
Then I must mortify myself. Yes, if you wish.
No, never.
Very well. No more of that. But I shall conduct myself to fit the case. Honor is delicate, and friendship binds me to forestall suspicion, prevent all scandal, and avoid your wife.
No, never! No, you must haunt her. Just to confound the pride of them. Oh, it is my delight to make them in a rage. You shall be seen with her at all hours, and what is more, the better to defy them, I will have no other heir but you. A good, true friend, my son-in-law to be, is more to me than wife, children, daughter. You will accept my offer, will you not?
Heaven's will be done in heaven.
Oh, well then we'll go make haste to draw up the deed, drawn in due form of all my property. and let envy blow up in this fight.
Yes, it's become the talk of all the town, and makes us say that scarcely to your credit. And I have met you, sir, most opportunely, to tell you in a word my frank opinion, not to sift out the scandal to the bottom. Suppose the worst for us, suppose Emmy acted the traitor, and accused you falsely. Should not a Christian pardon this offense, and stifle in his heart all wish for vengeance? Should we permit that, for your petty quarrel, a son be driven out from his father's house? I tell you yet again, and I tell you frankly, everyone, high or low, is scandalized. If you'll take my advice, you'll lick it up and not push matters to extremes. Make sacrifice to God of your resentment, and return the son to favor his father.
Alas, how gladly would I do so. I bear him no ill will. I pardon all, lay nothing to his charge, and wish with all my heart that I might serve him. But heaven's interests cannot allow it. If he returns, then I must leave the house. After today's conduct, quite unparalleled. All intercourse between us would bring scandal. Colony knows what everyone's first name would be. They'd attribute it to scheming on my part. Say that, in conscience of my guilt, I feigned a Christian love for my accuser, or really feared him in my heart, but hoped to win him and unhandily secure his silence.
Oh, you try to put us off with specious phrases, but all your arguments are too far-fetched. Why take upon yourself the cause of heaven? Does heaven need our help to punish sinners? Leave it to itself the care of its own vengeance, and keep in mind the pardon it commands us. Besides, think somewhat less of men's opinions when you're following the will of heaven. Shall petty fears prevent us from doing a noble deed? No, let us always do as heaven commands, and not perplex our brains with further questions.
Already I have told you I forgive him, and that is doing, sir, as heaven commands. But after today's scandal and affront, heaven does not order me to live with him.
And does it order you to lend your ear to what mere whims suggested to his father? To accept the deed of his estate, on which, in justice, you can make no claim?
No one who knows me, sir, can think that I'm acting from a selfish motive. The goods of this world hold no charms for me. I am not dazzled by their treacherous glamour. And if I bring myself to accept the gift which he insists on giving me, I only do so, to tell you the truth, because I fear this whole estate may fall into bad hands, and those to whom it may come will use it ill, and not employ it as is my desire, for heaven's glory and my neighbor's good.
Oh, give up these conscientious scruples. The well may cause a rightful heir's complaints. Don't take so much upon yourself. Let him possess what's his at his own risk and peril. Consider it were better he misused it than you were accused of robbing him. I am astounded that unblushingly you could allow such offers to be made. Tell me, has true religion any maxim that teaches us to rob the lawful heir? If heaven has made it quite impossible, Dummy and you should live here together, were it not better you would honorably and quietly withdraw, than let a son be driven out from his father's house, for your own sake, dead against all reason? It would be giving, sir, believe me, such an example of your providence.
Sir, it is 3:30. Certain devotions recall me to my closet. You'll forgive me for leaving you so soon.
Sir, we beg you to help us all you can on her behalf. She's suffering almost more than heart can bear. This match her father means to make tonight is more than she can bear. We beg you now, try by strength or skill to change his purpose. He's coming.
Oh, you're all together. Here is the contract that shall make you happy. You already know what it means.
Father, I beg you, in the name of heaven that knows my grief and by whatever can move you, relax a little your paternal rights and free my love from this obedience. Do not make me by your harsh command complain you heaven you ever were my father. Do not make wretched this poor life you have given me. If crossing some fond hope which I had formed, you'll not permit me to be with one whom I have dared to love, at least I beg you, I am upon my knees. Save me from the torment of being possessed by one whom I abhor, and do not drive me to some desperate act by exercising all of your rights upon me.
Oh, come now. Heart be firm, and let no human weakness...
I am not jealous of your love for him. Display it freely. Give him your estate, and if that's not enough, add all of mine. I willingly agree and give it up, if only you'll not give him me, your daughter, rather. Let a coffin's wretched rule wear out the wretched days that heaven allots me.
These girls are silly ninnies, always turning nuns when fathers flout their silly love affairs. Oh, come now, daughter, get up. The more you hate to have him, the more it will secure your place in heaven. So, mortify your soul and with this marriage. And don't vex me about it anymore.
But what?
Oh, come on! Be still amongst your betters, and don't dare to say a single word.
If you let me
Oh,
answer
brother, I admire your advice most highly. None can be better. It is well thought out. But you will excuse me if I don't follow it this time.
I can't find words to cope with such a case. Your blindness makes me quite astounded at you. You are bewitched with him to disbelieve the things we tell you happened here today.
I am your humble servant, and I can see things when they're as plain as the noses on folks' faces. You are fond of my rascal son, and you didn't dare disavow him when you tried to play a trick on this godly man. So, and besides, you were much too calm. If this had really happened to you, you'd be much more disturbed.
And must our honor always rush to arms at the mere mention of illicit love? Or can it answer no attack upon it except with blazing eyes and lips of scorn? For my part, I just laugh away such nonsense. I've no desire to make a loud to-do. Our virtue should, I think, be gentle-natured. Nor can I quite condone those savage prudes whose honor arms itself with teeth and claws to tear men's eyes out at the slightest word. Heaven preserve me from that kind of honor.
I know.
I like my virtue not to be a vixen, and I believe a quiet, cold rebuff no less effective to repulse a lover.
You can't throw me off the scent like this.
Oh, once more, I am astounded at your weakness. I wonder what your unbelief would answer if I should let you see we've told the truth.
See it?
Yes.
What nonsense.
Come, if I should find a way to make you see it clear as day.
All rubbish.
What a man. But answer me, I'm not proposing now that you believe us, but let's suppose that here, from a place of proper hiding, you're made to see and hear all clearly.
Well,
what would you say then to your man of virtue?
I'd say then that it cannot be.
Your error has endured too long already, and quite too long you've branded me a liar. I must at once, for my own satisfaction, make you a witness of the things we've told you.
Amen. I'll take you at your word and see what tricks you have and how you'll keep your promise.
Send him to me.
The man's a crafty conjurer. Perhaps you'll find it difficult to catch him?
Oh, no. A lover's never hard to cheat, and self-conceit leads straight to self-deceit. Now bid him come down, and you withdraw. Pull up this table and get under it.
What?
Well, one essential is to hide you well.
Well, why under the table?
Dear me. Do as I say. I know what I'm about, as you shall see. Now get under, and once there, be careful no one either sees or hears you.
I'm going a long way to humor you, I must say, but I'll see you through your scheme.
Then you'll have, I think, no more to say. But mind you, I'm going to meddle with strange matters. Prepare yourself to be in no wise shocked. Whatever I may say must pass, because 'tis only to convince you, as promised, by wheedling speeches, since I'm forced to do it, I'll make this hypocrite pull off his mask, flatter the longings of his shameless passion, and give free play to all his impudence. But since 'tis for your sake to prove to you his guilt, that I shall feign to share his love. I can leave off as soon as you're convinced, and things shall go no farther than you choose. So, when you think they have gone quite far enough, it is for you to stop his mad pursuit, to spare your wife, and not expose me farther than you shall need yourself to undeceive you. Now get under. There you go. Now you see, this is your own affair, so you must be the one to end it when you see fit. Oh, here he comes. Be still, don't show yourself.
They told me you wished to see me here.
Yes, I have secrets for your ears alone. But shut the door first and check everywhere for fear of spies. We surely can't afford another scene like that we had just now. Was ever anyone so caught before? Demi did frighten me most terribly on your account. You saw I did my best to baffle his design and calm his anger, but I was so confused I never thought to contradict his story. Still, thank heaven, things turned out all the better as it happened, and now we're on even safer footing. The high esteem you're held in laid the storm, why my husband can have no suspicion of you, and even insists, to spite the scandalmongers, that we shall be together constantly. So that is how, without the risk of blame, I can be here locked up with you alone, and can reveal to you my heart, perhaps only too ready to allow your passion.
Your words seem somewhat hard to understand, madam. Just now you used a different style.
If that refusal has offended you, how little do you know a woman's heart? How ill you guess what it would have you know when it presents so feeble a defense. Always, at first, our modesty resists the tender feelings you inspire us with. Whatever cause we find to justify the love that masters us, we still must feel some little shame in owning it, and strive to make as though we would not, when we would. But from the very way we go about it, we let a lover know our heart surrenders. For while our lips, for honor's sake, oppose our heart's desire, and in refusing, promise. I'm telling you my secret all too freely and with too little heed to modesty, but now that I've made bold to speak, pray tell me, should I have tried to stop Demi from speaking? Should I have heard the offer of your heart and suffered all your pleading and taken it just as I did, remember, if such a offer had not pleased me? And when I tried my utmost to persuade you not to accept the marriage that was talked of, what should my earnestness have hinted to you, if not the interest that you've inspired? And my chagrin, should such a match compel me to share a heart I want all to myself.
'Tis past a doubt, the height of happiness to hear such words from lips we doted on. Their honeyed sweetness pours through all my senses long draughts of suavity and everything. My heart employs its utmost zeal to please you, and counts your love its one beatitude. And yet, that heart must beg that you allow it to doubt a little its felicity. I might well think these words an honest trick to make me break off this approaching marriage. If I may speak quite plainly, I cannot trust these true enchanting words without the granting of some small favor I sigh for, shall ensure me of their truth and build within my soul on firm foundations a lasting faith in your sweet chat.
What, must you go so fast and all at once exhaust the whole love of a woman's heart? She does herself violence to make this dear confession of her love, and you are not yet satisfied? And will not be without the granting of her utmost favors.
The less a blessing is deserved, the less we dare to hope for it. And words alone can ill assuage our love's desires. Fate too full of happiness seems doubtful still. We must enjoy it ere we can believe it. And I, who know how little I deserve your goodness, doubt the fortunes of my daring. So I shall trust to nothing, man, till you have convinced my love by something real.
How your love enacts the tyrant's role and throws my mind into a strange confusion. With what fierce sway it rules a conquered heart, and violently will have its wishes granted. What? Is there no escape from your pursuit? No respite? Even not a breathing space? Nay, is it decent to be so exacting and so abused by urgency the weakness you may discover in a woman's heart?
But if my worship wins your gracious favor, then why deny me some short proof thereof?
But how can I consent to what you wish without offending heaven you talk so much of?
If heaven is all that now stands in my way, I'll easily remove that little hindrance. Your thoughts need not hold back for such a trifle.
But they affright us so with heaven's commands.
Yes. I can dispel these foolish fears, dear madam. I know the art of pacifying scruples. Heaven forbids, 'tis true, some satisfactions, but we find ways to make things right with him. There is a science, madam, which teaches us how to enlarge the limits of our conscience according to our various occasions, and rectify the evil of the deed according to the purity of motive. I'll duly teach you all these things, madam. You need only let yourself be guided. Content my wishes. Have no fear at all. I answer for it, and take the sin upon me. Your cough is very bad.
Yes, I'm in torture.
To accept this bitter.
The case is obstinate, I find, and all the licorice in the world will do no good.
It is very trying.
More than words can say!
In any case, your scruples easily removed. With me, there's sure service. You need not fear a public scandal. That's what brings offense. Secret sinning is not sin at all.
So then, I see, I must resolve to yield. I must consent to grant you everything and cannot hope to give full satisfaction or win full confidence at lesser cost. No doubt 'tis very hard to come to this, 'tis quite against my will, I go so far. But since nothing that can be said suffices for belief, since more convincing proof is still demanded, I must make up my mind to humor people. If my consent give reason for offense, so much the worse for him who forced me to it. The fault can surely not be counted mine.
It need not, madam. And the thing itself.
Go see whether my husband's not outside in the hallway. I beg you.
Why take such care for him? Between ourselves, he's a man to be led round by the nose. He's capable of glorying on our means. I thought him so. He'd see all and deny.
No doubt, but go and carefully examine every corner.
Of course.
That is, I own a man most abominable. I'm phased, I'm floored by this. I can't get over it.
What? You come out so soon! Tis not time yet! Get back under the table! Wait till the end to see, and don't believe a thing on mere conjecture!
Nothing more evil ever came out of hell.
Oh, dear me! Don't go and credit things too lightly. No, let yourself be thoroughly convinced. Wait till the end to see and make quite certain.
All things conspire towards my satisfaction. I've checked the whole apartment through. There's no one there. And now...
You are too eager in your mores. You needn't be so more amorous. So you want to put it over on me, huh? Oh, my holy man! How are you convinced of this sin so much?
'Twas quite against my character to play this part, but I was forced to do so.
You believe she has come between us?
Hold on now. Hold on. Now get out of here. Off with you. Out of my house.
But my intent.
No, that was past. That's not the season for that. Get out of my house.
You're the one to leave it. You who play the masterhead. This house belongs to me, I'll have you know, and show you plainly. There's no use to turn to these low tricks. To pick a quarrel with me, and that you can't insult me at your pleasure. For I have the wherewith to confound your lies, avenge your fate in heaven, compel those to repent who talk to me, I believe.
What sort of speech is this? What can it mean?
By my faith, I'm afraid this is no laughing matter.
What is it?
Oh. From his words, I see that it is my mistake to have given him the deed of gift.
The deed of gift?
Yes, that's past recall. But I have another thing to give me anxiety.
What?
You shall know all. Come, let's go see if a certain box is still upstairs.
Were they away so fast?
How should I know?
Methinks we should begin by taking counsel to see what can be done to meet the case.
I'm all confounded about that box. Nothing more insidious gives me problems in my life.
That box must hide some mighty mystery?
Argus, my friend who is in trouble, left it with me. He brought it here himself in secret. He gave it to me in exile to keep for him. He gave me this trust so that in case of a search, I should be honest and deny having seen it at all. So I went straight away to my trader and I gave it to him, and he, in his sophistry, made me believe that I must give it to him to keep. Oh.
How could you give them away to such a person?
Through reprehensible conscience. He told me that he must have it so that I could remain blameless, even so far as to go and testify against the oath of truth.
Your case is bad, so as far as I can see, this deed of gift, this trusting of secret to him were, to state my frank opinion, steps you took too lightly. It could lead you to any lengths with these for hostages, and since he holds you at such a disadvantage, you'd still be more imprudent to provoke him. So you must go some gentler way about it.
Oh, I know. How can a soul so base, a heart so full, hide beneath the semblance of touching fervor? No more pious folk for me. From now on, I shall abhor them all utterly forever. Oh, the devil! I shall hate them all.
So, there you go again, quite up the handle. In nothing do you keep an even temper. You would never know what reason is, but always jump first from one extreme to the other.
Huh?
I see your error and recognize you've been cozened by vain zeal, but to make up for it in the name of reason, why must you plunge into a worse mistake and find no difference in character between a worthless scamp and all good people? Wait. Just because a rascal duped you with pompous show of false austerity, must you need everybody's like him and no one's truly pious nowadays? These such conclusions to mere infidels. Distinguish virtue from its mere counterfeit. And don't get esteemed too quickly at a venture. Try to keep in this the golden mean. And if you can help it, don't uphold imposture, but don't rail at true devoutness either.
Father, we let the scoundrel threaten. Forget the many benefits received, and in his base, abominable pride make of your very favors arms against you.
'Tis true. Oh, my soul was touched with scandalousness.
Let me alone with him. I'll take his ears off for him. We must deal roundly with the scoundrel's insolence. 'Tis I to set you from him at a blow. Ha! 'Tis I to make things right. I must strike him down.
Spoken like a fine young man. Now just We live in such an age with such a king that violence cannot advance our cause.
What's this? Oh, I hear of fearful mysteries.
Oh, strange things indeed. You see how I'm requited for my love? I take this beggar, this vagabond in. I lodge him. I entertain him like my brother. I give him benefactions every day. Load him with them, my daughter, all my fortune too. And he, meanwhile, the scoundrel, those wretch, tries to suborn me with black treason, suborn my wife. And if that's not enough, he tries to use my favors against me. He wants to use those advantages that I, with my too foolish kindness, armed him with, to leave me in ruin, to take all my fortune, and to put me in the spot I saved him from.
Poor man.
Oh,
My son, I cannot possibly believe that he could intend so black a deed.
what?
Worthy men are still the sport of envy.
What can you mean by this speech?
My son, when you were little, remember I always used to say that virtue here below is hated ever. The envious may die, but envy never.
Oh, mother. What does this fine speech have to do with what's going on now?
Oh, be sure. They forged 100 silly lies.
I've told you once that I saw for myself.
For slanders abound in calumnies.
Mother, you make me damn my soul. I cannot say what happened. It enrages me so.
Oh, well, their tongues for spitting venom never lack. There's nothing here below they'll not attack.
There's not a grain of sense in what you say. I saw him myself. Harky, I saw him with my own eyes.
My
you know
dear son! Appearances are often deceiving, and seeing shouldn't always be believing.
I'll go mad.
False suspicions may delude, and good to evil is oft misconstrued.
So shall I construe as Christian charity the wish to kiss my wife?
You must be sure. Before you go accusing people, you must wait until you see it for sure.
The devil. How can I be any sure? Shall I have stayed there and witnessed with my own... Oh, you make me say such things.
In short, 'tis known to pure a zeal inflames him, so I can't possibly believe that he should try to do what is charged against him.
Sounds, mother. You'll make me go mad with this confounded logic that you have.
Fortune has paired you fair to be so doubted. You flouted our report, now yours is flouted.
We're wasting time here in the merest trifling, which we should rather use in taking measures to guard ourselves against the scoundrel's threats.
I think his impudence could go far.
I, for one, can't believe it's possible. Why his ingratitude would be too patent.
Don't trust to that. He'll find abundant warrant to give good colors to his acts against you. And for less cause than that, a strong cabal can make one's life a labyrinth of trouble. I tell you yet again, armed as he is, you never should have pushed him quite so far.
I know. But his baseless lies let go of my resentment.
I wish with all my heart that some pretense of peace could be patched up between you two.
Armed as he is, I never should have raised such an alarm.
Someone's there. Go quick and look. Oh, I'm a fine state to receive a visit.
Good day, good sister. Pray you, and let me see the master of the house.
He's occupied. I think he can see nobody at present.
I am not one to be unwelcome here. My coming can, I think, no wise displease him. My air will be to his advantage.
Your name, then?
Tell him simply that his friend, Mr. Tartuffe, has sent me for his goods.
It is a lady who comes with civil manners, sent by Tartuffe, she says, upon an errand you'll be pleased with.
Surely you must see her and find out who she is and what she wants.
Perhaps she's come to make it up to me. How shall I act?
Don't get angry, and if she speaks of reconciliation, accept it.
Sir, good day. And heaven send harm to your enemies, favor to you.
This gentle begetting goes with my thoughts and makes me give hope for promise of compromise.
All your house has long been dear to me. My father had the honor, sir, to serve yours.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I now recall neither your face nor your name.
My name is Loyal. I'm from Normandy. My office is Court Bailiff, and it's been my honor for many years to serve that office with good fortune. I have come now to serve you service of a certain writs.
No. What is
Pray,
this?
sir, don't be angry, sir. 'Tis nothing. Just a little summons to vacate you, yours, this house, yours, and as needs must be.
I leave this house?
Yes, please, sir. As you will know, is Mr. Tartuffe, who is henceforth lord and master, on virtue of a certain contract here written.
So your insolence is monstrous! Astounding!
I have no business, sir, that touches you. This is gentleman. He is fair and courteous, and knows too well gentleman's behavior to ever question justice.
But
Sir, I know you would not for a million wish to rebel. A good citizen would let me put forward the court's decree.
Court's decree. That court's decree. That court gown of yours, madam, is due for a thorough beating, I would say.
Sir, have your son be silent or withdraw. I would loathe to have to set my things down and see your names inscribed in my report.
This good Madame Loyal's looks are most disloyal.
I have much respect for honorable folk like you, sir, and have only come here to oblige you.
well, how could one do anything worse than order people out of their house?
Well, we'll allow you time, and we'll even extend the order of execution until tomorrow. I, without scandal, of course, will spend the night here with half a score of officers, and just for form's sake, please, you will give me your keys before retiring and see there's no unseemly conduct here. But by tomorrow and at early morning, you must make haste to move your least belongings. My men will help you. I have chosen strong ones to serve you carrying off the house, sir. No one could act more generously, I fancy, and since I am doing great indulgence, I hope you will do. See that I am not disturbed in my discharge of duty.
I would give right now 100 of my best Louis that I have left if I could indulge myself to take my fist across her snout.
Careful, don't make things worse.
Such insolence, my hands are itching to be up.
By my faith, good Madame Loyal, with such a fine broad back, a little beating would become you well.
My girl, such words are actionable, and warrants can be issued against women.
Enough of this discussion, Madame have done. Give us the paper, then leave us, pray.
Then au revoir. Heaven keep you from disaster.
May heaven confound you both, you and your master. Well, Mother, am I right or not? This writ may convince you, or do you still not see that he's such a treasonous scoundrel?
I am all amazed, befuddled, and beflustered.
You are quite wrong, you know. You have no right to blame him. This action only proves his good intention. And knowing money is the root of all evil, in Christian charity, he can take away whatever may hinder your salvation.
Hold your tongue. Why must you always have to have this said to you?
Come, let us see what course you are to follow.
Go and expose his bold ingratitude. Such actions must invalidate the contract. His perfidy must now appear too black to grant him the success he expects.
Sir! 'Tis with regret, sir, that I bring bad news, but urgent danger forces me to do so. A close and intimate friend of mine that knows the interest I take in what concerns you has gone so far for my sake as to break the secrecy that's due to state of affairs and has brought word, but now that leaves you the one expedient of sudden flight. The villain, who so long imposed upon you, found means an hour ago to see the prince and to accuse you, among other things, by putting in his hands the private strongbox of the state criminal, whose guilty secrets you, failing in your duty as a subject, he says have kept. I know no more of it save that a warrant's drawn against you, sir, and for the greater surety that same rascal comes with the officer that must arrest you.
How much I owe to your obliging care. Another time we'll have to serve to thank you fitly. May heaven grant me favor enough that I may one day recompense you. Okay, let's go. See to it, all of you.
Hurry your guide and I'll seek a place of safety until you reach it, sir.
Hurry up.
Softly, sir. Softly. Do not run so fast. Given far to go to find your lodging. By order of the prince, we here arrest you.
You scoundrel. You have saved the worst drunk for the last! You traitor. Your perfidies now are crowned with this last thing that ruins me!
I'll not be embittered by your insults, for heaven has taught me to endure all things.
Your moderation is great, I must own.
How shamelessly the wretch makes bull with heaven.
Your ravings cannot move me. My only thought is but to do my duty.
You must claim great glory from this honorable act.
The act cannot be aught but honorable, coming down from that high tower which sends me here.
So, do you forget that it was I who saved you from utter misery?
I haven't forgotten some help you may have given. But my first duty now is to my prince. The higher power of that most sacred claim must stifle in me all gratitude. To such peaceful ties, I'd sacrifice my friend, my wife, my kindred, and myself.
The hypocrite! How well he knows the trick of cloaking him with what we most revere.
But if the motive you make parade of is so perfect, why wait to show itself until the day he caught you soliciting his wife? How happens it that you had not thought to inform against him until the day his honor forces him to drive you out of his house? Still, if you meant to treat him now as guilty, why consent to take his gift?
Pray, deliver me from all this clamor. Be good enough to carry out your order.
Yes, we've too long delayed its execution.
What?
'Tis very fitting for you to urge me to do this. So therefore, you must follow me to prison.
Who, I?
You.
But why to prison?
You are not in my own account.
You, sir, recover from your hot alarm. Our prince is not a friend to double dealing. His eyes can cement inmost hearts, and the art of hypocrites cannot deceive him. His mind cannot too easily be swayed, for reason always holds the balance even. He knows the false and views it with disgust. This fellow was by no means not to fool him. Far subtler snares to fail against our monarch's wisdom. His sharp discernment pierced immediately the hidden baseness of his tortuous heart. Accusing you, the knave betrayed himself, and by true recompense of heaven's justice, stood revealed before our monarch's eyes, and scoundrel known before by other names, whose other crimes went through a long-drawn history of many volumes. Our monarch, to resolve you in a word detesting his ingratitude and baseness, sent me hither under his direction to see his insolence outdo itself, thus to give you satisfaction. Your papers, which the traitor says are his, I am to take from him and give you back. Thus, the deed of gift transferring your estate, our monarch sovereign will make null and void. And the personal offense your friend involved you in, he pardons you. Thus shows his heart, when it's least expected, knows to gift a noble deed, and will not let true merit miss its due, remembering always good rather than evil.
Now heaven be praised.
Oh, at last I breathe again.
A happy outcome.
Who would have dared to hope?
Oh, there, traitor. Now you're on the other side of the law.
Hold, don't descend to such indignities, I beg you. Leave the poor man to his unhappy fate. Let remorse oppress him, not you. We hope that his heart may now find virtue, and return to virtue, and hate his vice and reform his ways, and win the pardon of our glorious prince. While you straightway go and on your knees thank him for his glorious, wonderful kindness.
It is well said. Come, let's go and kneel down upon his grace and with joy give thanks for his goodness shown. With this first duty done, with honors due, we'll tend upon another too. With wedded happiness, we'll reward Valere, and on his head we'll crown a lover noble and sincere.